All right, everybody, I have had some people want to see some of these cars down here, so I'm going to do a couple of them. And the first one is going to be this Ford Futura. I'll go ahead and do a video on this one. I was trying to get some time to do a little research on this car, but time is very short nowadays. So I'm mainly focused on just getting some videos in. So my knowledge on these cars are probably not going to be very good. So if I say something that does not make sense, I apologize at the beginning, because I do not know much on these older cars like I do on the newer stuff. Because the newer stuff is what makes the money. The older stuff, I just kind of collect. So they just kind of go out back and sit. So I gotta know my stuff on the new, but as far as the old, until we get our eBay store set up, it's a little vague for me. But nonetheless, this is a Ford Futura. Rumor has it, and this is what was told to me, I don't know off the back or off the top of my head, but this is actually built on a Mustang platform. If you guys know that, if that's for sure, you can let me know. But from what I heard, this is kind of like a Mustang platform, same drivetrain as a Mustang. Again, I don't know. But what I do know is they're pretty rare. They have aluminum bumpers front and rear, which is amazing to me. I imagine that is very hard to find if someone's looking for one that's not damaged, which both of these actually look really good. This is actually have quite a bit of parts on this car. It does have some rust. It has been sitting in the woods for a while. Last plated was in 2006. So the video that I dropped a couple days ago on the Ford Ranger with the diesel, this car actually came from that same sale. There's quite a few cars. This car came from there. Let's see. That car came from there. And then there was, I think, 3 or 4 other old Fords and Mercury Cougars that also came from that sale. A lot of the other cars have gotten crushed. I think there's maybe 4 left from there. Anyway, this has manual windows, manual mirrors. This is a cream color, and it has a split vinyl top, which is pretty cool. So the top section, or the front section, is going to be vinyl. Then they did this kind of metal band across the top. Almost kind of looks like a roll bar, like on a convertible. You'd have the old roll bar behind the seats, and then you also have the vinyl top on the back section. And it's got some crazy looking quarter glasses, which is, I think it's pretty cool, to be honest. It's a weird styling type of a car. Especially on the doors. Most of the time on the back of the doors, they either go straight up or go back. This one actually goes forward. Kind of cool. It does have a little bit of rust, like I said. The doors got some rust. The quarters got some rust. The deck lid has actually got rust holes in it. Roof is amazingly solid considering it's a vinyl top. So it's kind of like a cream color, and you got a cream or brownish interior. I'm not sure what color this originally was, but it has turned green over time. Very moldy smelling in here. Let's see, we got cloth bench seat in the front with a center flip down. Automatic column shift. Showing, let's see, 12,000 miles, probably 112,000. Automatic shift indicator in the center, which is pretty good looking. You got fuel gauge, you got a clock, you got all your idiot lights over there, and you have your speedometer over here. I'm not sure if these are actually gauges. You know, there's no temp gauge, there's no oil pressure gauge. It's just a fuel and a speedometer. So that's interesting. You got your light switch here. It's actually broken, which is bound to happen on these older cars with them sitting out in the sun. All this stuff gets brittle. You got a AM FM radio there, heater controls, and let's see, it does have air conditioning, so you have heater and AC. Got the fake wood grain on the dash and on the door panels. There is some stuff in the glove box, but it looks pretty nasty. I'm not gonna go digging in there. We can check. Nothing in the ashtray. Does have a back seat, not very big. And we do not have keys. So no keys, not that I would try and start this car anyway, because this car is just gonna go out back with the other ones. I do like the taillights. They're awful big. Those are, let me stand back. So look at the car and then look at the taillights. They're freaking huge. Very, very tall, very wide. Guess they want to make sure that you know you are stopping. Dual headlights in the front, probably low beam, high beam. Got turn signals in the bottom of the headlights. The grills look pretty good. Or grill, I'm sorry. Radiator. And there is a condenser, so we do have air. And air right there. Air compressor. You got your smog pump right here. Locked up probably. Yep, sure is. None of them really lasted. Air cleaner. Looks like this is going to be a straight 6, and it is. And trying to get you guys that sticker there, but I don't know if you can see it or not. And there's not one under the hood. But it looks all complete. The reason he parked these, I do not know. He had a bunch of old Fords. He was a big Ford and Mercury guy. That's what I do know. So, but the reason he parked them, I don't know. It might have been something simple as, you know, this one might not have been running right. Maybe the carburetor went out on it. I don't know. Maybe the starter. You know, it could have been something simple. And he just had another car to drive, so he parked this thinking he was going to fix it later, and he just never got around to it. But all these cars were sitting for a very long time. Like I said, the plate in the back was from 2006. The inspection stickers, which we don't even use these anymore, was from January of 2003. And the Futura badge is actually broken. It's supposed to be another loop on this side to complete this. That's still pretty cool. But there you guys have it. There is the Ford Futura. And I will go ahead and get the rest of these vehicles while I'm down here. That way you guys have some content to watch. Appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next one.